Obviously, we'll be talking about AVM Studio Hackathon. Thank you, Fury, for sending me some more information about it, or at least kind of an outline. I did have a chance to go through and read through it, but would love to just chat with people and kind of hone it in a little bit more, and then we can get a proposal going and see if we can get this thing off the ground. Um, so yeah. Anyways, uh, yeah, totally. No, I agree. And did you share this with anybody else on the council, or am I the only one who's got a copy of it? Yeah, yeah, totally. No, I agree. I think it's a good opportunity to get in front of a whole bunch of um, a whole bunch of fresh eyes, and if that's kind of the idea is to host this thing to get more visibility and to expand our developer reach, then that's a good venue for it. I think at least we could be advertising it there at minimum. So you know I think that'd be, um, if we have to push a little bit later, that's fine, but at least have some flyers or something to show for it. Right. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I think this is a good venue to talk about that, and we'll we'll get to it in a minute, and kind of dig in a little bit deeper on it. But before we get into that, just a couple of opening remarks. Even though the markets are bouncing all around, I think that we're still out here building and you know looking to improve the ecosystem, heads down, builder mentality, which I'm very excited about. And every day is progress. uh, and I appreciate the folks that come and attend this meeting, and are still participating in this ecosystem. So yeah, it's good stuff. Just to kind of jump into things in general, I know we've got, um, you know, Ludo up here. So if you want to give any updates on any of your projects, feel free to provide some updates.
Yeah, so I deployed new update for the Aramid for the Biotech Algorand scan, and I added there the features to value the each swap that is executed, and this is basically pre-requirement for the for the VOI deployment. So I'm still on this path to basically deploy to the Biotech scan to VOI, and to deploy the Biotech DEX to VOI. And this is the thing that I try to prioritize. And yeah, also I'm playing with the GitHub Copilot, and I'm uh, trying to play with the CLI to automate the things, to creating issues, and building basically by saying him that you are in the product owner role and try to think new ways how to improve the products or create the issues, and then issues are worked on another Copilot instance. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, looking forward to seeing another Dex deployed on Voy. I think that'll open up some more opportunities, for folks to arbitrage between both networks, and then also, um, open up our opportunities for arbitrage across dexes. I also think, it, once it's been deployed to Voy, it might make sense for you to, go for some of the DeFi incentive programs similar to what Nomadex, Humble, and Dorfi have set up. So you can start to incentivize some of the pooling on Voy as well.
hmm Yeah, I've got also news that I created some NuGet library for Biatek router.
Nice. Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Sweet. Looking forward to seeing it and in action, and going ahead and using it and getting all connected and whatnot as well. So very excited
Mhm.
about that. And you know, uh,
Yeah.
speaking to
We,
like the Voy. Oh, go ahead. You got some.
we are also working on the Aramid Explorer improvements,
Mm,
and yeah, this will get to production pretty soon, I believe.
fantastic. That's good stuff, man. Um, yeah, looking forward to seeing that as well. And I've had a handful of people telling me that um, they're they've been using Aramid more without fail. So that's good. Um, let's see. Let's jump to Voy Wallet update. We don't have Zarmi in here, and last I knew, he hasn't pushed out a new update just yet. But feel free to provide any feedback to him, anyways, for anybody who's listening or joining in the audience there. Feel free to add some feedback in the Voy Wallet channel on Discord. Um, I know that Ali and Snowball Dex aggregators. I know at least the Snowball Dex aggregator has had some updates to some of the additional routes. So there have been a few additional routes that have been added within the last couple of weeks or so. So feel free to check that out and also provide some feedback on it. I know that Chris has been hard at work on House of Voy. I've seen a few previews recently as well. So it looks like he's pushing along with his new House of Voice slot machine, and I did hear rumors. I haven't seen any previews for it yet, but of House of Voy kind of scratch tickets that maybe in the works as well. So it sounds to me like things are coming along with the House of Voy project, and I know that they were aiming to have a go live and a release during or before, I should say, not during, but before ETH Denver happens. I know that we've got a handful of folks that are showing up to ETH Denver as well, and it should be good opportunity for folks to get together. So, um, you know, it'd be great to see some more people and start to kind of work on uh, this hackathon too. Let's jump to Dorkfy updates. There was recently a just a small minor little display issue around refreshing USDC markets and a couple of other markets as well. That has been remedied for us. So we've gotten that taken care of as well. Some good progress has been made on the platform in terms of incentives that are being pushed out to. So all of the latest incentives from last week um, have been sent out to folks that are participating on the platform. And another thing to kind of mention as well is there is some more depth in liquidity on USDC and WAD pairings um, in at least in the algo side, the algo market. I think that it's still growing on the voice side as well. So yeah, we've made some updates there and are continuing to kind of push forward with our roadmap and potential unit governance as well. I think that that's a kind of a um, key next area for us to make some additional updates is to get the utility working for the unit token. So very excited about that. And I don't know, Matt, if you want to, Haruf, I should say, if you want to add anything to that.
No, I just wanted to mention for people who are looking to get rewards on DorkFi, just make sure that you're incrementally kind of increasing your positions for deposits and borrows. Uh, you're going to start seeing degraded rewards if you don't meet certain thresholds, and it's just going to be in line with what your actual deposit is. So I think that you know for the time being, it'd be great if everybody who was using the platform had at least $420 deposited worth of tokens, and maybe was borrowing, like, let's say, like $69 worth of tokens. That would be like good thresholds for you to get rewarded. Um, Also, if you have a dork, make sure you set it as a profile picture in the app. And if you have an envoy name, make sure that's also linked, because those are also things that are helpful for you to get good rewards.
Great, thank you. Um, yeah, jumping ahead to the Humble Swap update as well. I don't know if there's been any significant updates on Humble Swap, but I do know that there is some really juicy yield to be had on Humble Swap 2 right now from the incentive program. So just a reminder that there's opportunity on Humble for folks to go and earn additional yield on their deposits and pools together. So get out there and um, you know participate in the DeFi incentive programs that we've got going on with Humble Swap and with DorkFi as well. All right, let's jump into the open discussion. Top of the list here is, of course, the hackathon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy a link to this outline that Fury has put together here too, and just kind of ask a couple questions of Fury. What are a couple of the things that are outstanding? I know you had mentioned a little bit earlier. Timelines is one thing that is outstanding right now. So there were a couple of other things like who's our target audience that I noticed there was a kind of a question mark around on the platform itself, but I like it. Yeah, I think that makes sense, especially given the tool itself. What are some of the other outstanding questions that you might have? That we could potentially talk resolve here. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Right. Yeah, and I think Zarmian's obviously one person that should probably be a judge. It is his platform, and I think it makes sense to um, use him as a judge if he's open. If he's open. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, that sounds good. And I'm just kind of looking through this as well. Will they?
I was talking about a flyer.
Oh no, we were earlier. We were talking about trying to get something together to maybe hand out to people at East Denver.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah, I don't see why that would be a problem. I think like any one of the community members could probably get you know, some type of flyer created through Canva or something like that. I'd be happy to once we dial in the details here, I'd be happy to create something that we can circulate, or even just like have a link to or a QR code or something. I don't know. It's tough though these days because you have all sorts of scams that are going on through QR codes at these types of events potentially, and so it's just about getting the word out and getting as many participants that we can possibly get to participate in this. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. I like that. So what do we need to do to get this to the next level? I think the time. Right. Yeah. Excuse me. What are your thoughts on it, Haruf?
Um, I mean, this could be a good use of WAD. I mean, I think we've been working on passing it as something that the community can use to pay individuals and that kind of thing. So
Mhm.
it sets a USD equivalent value instead of something very arbitrary, probably in someone's mind.
Right.
Still involves them getting an AVM wallet. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, it will also require them to like get get Voy as well to kind of build the thing. I know it's a nominal small amount, but there's a little bit of a kind of cost to entry, I guess, if you will, because you're going to need to have Voy in order to participate. Yeah, sure. Would you do me a favor and provide your feedback in the proposal form on the on train on chain treasury operations policy? That sweet. Thank you. I think it's important to have additional feedback on there, and I'll be providing kind of some of my thoughts on it. Um, I guess yeah, we can step to talking about that right now too, and there's some interesting feedback that's in there currently. It makes sense to me that there is some concern, about the um, the loan aspect of things, and eh, yeah, basically speaking to Johnny Bear as well. I kind of I kind of disagree with him that we don't have any liquid funds to be able to do things. Funds are not quite dry, in my opinion, and this is a way for us to potentially unlock some stagnant tokens and be able to kind of reinvigorate the entire ecosystem. And ultimately, this is just an option. This is not like a proposal that's saying that the Voy Council or the Voy Council and the Voy Foundation have to use, this means. It's just a policy update saying that the Voy Council is allowed to use these types of platforms and use their best judgment on how they want to go about using the platforms. So that's where I think that there is flexibility and optionality here, and it's not like I don't think that there's a whole lot of negatives in supporting a community built project. And yeah, I think he says something along the lines of an insider project. um, yeah, yeah, we are insiders. We That's what we're doing here is we're building a community, and we're building a platform for folks to participate and use us, and it's a way to support that. um, there's nobody else here that is offering this type of opportunity to the Void Council, and if there were others out there, I would encourage the council to evaluate those opportunities. Let's just say, Compex or folks decided that they wanted to integrate with Voy and offer this type of service to the Voy Council. I would recommend, from my position here on the ecosystem committee, that the council evaluate all the different opportunities that are out there, and um, bid on different competition. But we're not in that in that world, so it's just another option. Roof? Nothing. Yeah. Also, just kind of add like, any other business out there that is looking to grow and expand, and you know, they use banking services, and this is a similar opportunity. At a very low interest rate for the Voight Council to use a banking service. So just throwing that out there too. Um, okay, let's jump on to some of the social media stats. Do you have any updates on just how things are going, just at a glance, if you were to look into the? Mhm. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I think that the hackathon presents an opportunity for more reach, especially with a dollar value that can be shared, and a campaign around it. Um, so yeah, I'm all for you know pushing forward with the hackathon, and including some. It would be great to have some social media strategy that's included in the proposal that outlines that, hey, this is how we're going to go about promoting the hackathon. For the social media side of things. Fantastic. That's awesome. Yeah, I love it, and I think one of the things that you can highlight for the ecosystem projects is the incentive programs that they have, and talk about the yield farming that people can participate in, and the incentives that folks are able to receive by participating. Just make note that something that I think is important for people to know is that On Humble, they have an opportunity to generate a WAD, the stable coin, for participating in the DeFi incentive program. So they're receiving, the percentage of the pool, and they're also receiving enhanced rewards in the form of a stable coin. So folks are, a little bit more likely to, maybe participate in those types of pools to generate a stable yield rather than, a yield in a token that is more volatile. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, and since we're kind of talking a little bit about Void Wallet, I've got it on the open discussion to talk about Void Wallet rewards. Do you guys support it? Should we not, push forward anything? I can draft up, some ideas that we can bring to the next meeting to see if we want to kind of push forward with some type of Void Wallet rewards system. But I do think that there is an opportunity there, to incentivize folks to download and use Void Wallet in some way. Mhm. And then, just in thinking out loud, incentivizing folks to use like, Aramid as well. What do you think about an idea around uh, creating some sort of bridge incentives, Ludo?
It's okay for me, but I don't know what the incentive should be because like we don't want to give just incentives just to bridge, right? Because like people can bridge back and forth, and
Hmm.
it's uh, yeah. But perhaps we can create some competition like folks has, like to appoint some points, and at some time in the future we can distribute some rewards or something like this.
Hmm. Yeah, I like that idea. Build points. Right.
Yeah, like perhaps it's good to have really some uh, competition, but yeah, we need to check. Yeah, the multi-account issue is also the issue. Like if we would want to maximize the user base, then we should fight somehow the the multi-account issue.
Mm-hmm. And that's where point systems are kind of interesting as well, because you could, tally up some points and figure out a different way to distribute.
Also, we could do some referral system in this manner.
Hmm. Yeah, I think the referral system is also interesting. I know that um, it might be a little more difficult to implement, but I don't know if that's something that you've done in the past.
It's not that big issue.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to have a referral system out there, and I know that we, from a DorkFi perspective, would probably take advantage of some type of referral system as well. I think that would be interesting. It's not something that we've really talked about previously, but I think that there's opportunity for do setting up referrals and point systems like that.
I agree.
Yeah, so something to talk about, um, you know, and continue to evolve on. Because I think straight up Void wallet rewards might also not be the best idea, but if we were to do some type of referral and point system or something along those lines for also Void wallet, that would be helpful on the at least on the mobile wallet front. And you know, I like the idea of it. So thank you for that, Ludo. Appreciate it. I'm going to add it to the action items. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. And I haven't been paying attention to the relay program or anything, but Haruf, I don't know if you have a perspective on it.
My understanding was we're waiting on, and that the dashboard for that was just not going to be up until that happened. So I don't know. Have I felt like we've been stuck for months, and I don't know that anybody currently has the ability to impact that.
Yeah. How can we how can we potentially solve this?
Well, I was told that everything had to involve Henrik, and that he was going to be back after the new year. So I guess we can ask Chris if or somebody if Henrik is back and if he's actually working on it. It's the same person that's going to be involved in some of the things that need to take place to move the consensus update as well, I think.
Mhm.
But it's a bottleneck of one person, I think, and it's also an individual who hasn't been around for months because of a variety of different reasons.
So Fury, I'm not sure the best way to you know move forward.
I have a feeling when it comes down to it, the missing months of relay running, we'll just need to take a look at it, figure out what was likely happening, and pay out some kind of a uh, like an average for those months, based on historic data. But I don't know for sure.
Hmm.
It'd be nice to have real data.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, because we're going to need to make sure that we also identify that those relays were actually run during that time, and it might involve somebody providing like hosting receipts or something via DM or something like that, just to verify that they were still paying for them, they were still running them, because it's quite a few months, and there's no reason to pay them out if somebody wasn't doing them. Yeah, I mean something like that's going to probably have to happen. Unless they're like, because I was also told that that the data might exist like behind the scenes, and that when the user interface comes up to be able to check it, then it'll populate that, and that's possible. It'd be cool, but we don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, it feels like Henrik or Chris or somebody would be the person to ask about that, and we can try to reach out to Henrik or somebody, but I'm not convinced that he's going to be replying anytime soon. So yeah, it's a good point. Yeah. Well, I could do the reaching out and try to see if I can get a hold of somebody, but and I'll just let you guys know if I do.
It's all good. Sweet. All right. I think we've got through all of the open discussion. There was one other thing proposal on the Voy predictor IQ Voy proposal. It's a product design grant, and I think I posted some comments in there as well, as it looks like Shelly and Johnny Bear too. But it seems like a large ask for just a design. Um, I think that there should be maybe more of a plan and a team um, that would be actually ready to build the thing before we were able to, fund it. So that's just my opinion on it. I don't know if anybody else has any thoughts on it. Yeah, right. No, I feel the same way, and it just begs the question too: do we even need a design grant? Um, you know, Uh, yeah, Yeah. No, I totally agree with you, and I think it's just one of those things that do we even need a design grant option for you know people if we're never going to fund them, then why should we even have the option for people to submit? It just kind of confuses people and gives them the idea that they might be able to get some grant funding from just a design, which is not really the case. Yeah. And it is just like we're at a different stage now than we were, when we first started. And I think, there's really no need for it, and we can always bring it back later. But um, that might be worth revising as something, a policy proposal as well that I could potentially put through because there's really no need for them. Yeah, yeah, sweet. That makes sense to me. I think we've done it. Thank you guys for
But by the way, one more thing. Regarding the relays, I'm still running these pings to every relay from my server, and I can basically create some output from this.
Yeah,
So
that'd be helpful. Maybe you could provide it to Fury so he has some idea of which relays have been running properly.
it's already running from uh, November 2024. So it will be quite interesting data, I think. Yeah, just for comparison, I think I will create the whole data set that I have. Oh, yeah, that there is this R dash EU dash 75D8 something, some hash or something, mainnet Voi network. It's this DNS name that is in the DNS. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will send it to. I already started copying, and it will take 15 more minutes. So I don't want to pause it now. So yeah, I will post it to the relay chat channel here on my Discord. Okay.
sweet. Sounds good. I'll catch you guys later. We'll adjourn this meeting. Have a good one.